Thanks for sticking around. Tammie Tubbs is my guest today, and we're talking about her journey and her struggle 8 years ago, losing 2 of her 3 children, 2 boys. In the course of this, Tammie, I think we may have kind of glossed over it, but you guys did conceive again, and you had a little girl this time. And it's great to note that your daughter did not have this disease, does not have this disease.
SMA free. She is a bundle of joy. Her name is Trinity, to be exact. Yes.
And how old is she?
Trinity is 10.
Trinity is 10 years old. And so you would have had like 12, 11, and 10.
I told you we were fruitful and multiplying.
But it's amazing, though, Tammie, because the Lord has taken this and He's really walked you through it. And you've been able to strengthen and minister to women. As you travel and as you are ministering, you know, what is it that you see when you look into the eyes of women that you are able to tap into your story and encourage them?
I think the greatest thing that I see majority of the time is that I don't want anyone to know. If I can just keep this a secret, if no one, I don't want to talk about it, it happened, they just want to keep the lid on it.
Wow.
And you can never heal. You can never be made whole. And I know for me, being able to share it through the book, and as God leads me with certain individuals, I share that, yeah, my husband and I did separate. Yeah, I did have, you know, those thoughts of abortion. Oh, yeah, I did feel like giving up. I had suicidal thoughts. I was depressed. You need to be able to hear another woman and say, oh, my goodness, I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, I can relate to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so much better. So being able to be transparent, it strengthens them. Iron sharpens iron.
Right.
And you need someone in your life to be able to just openly communicate and not feel like they're going to be judgmental, opinionated, or that they'll condemn you.
I think that's something that is frightening for us as believers, especially as women. You know, there's this kind of, I guess, this stereotype that men are, you know, they're so competitive and, you know, and look at, you know, they can make anything a competition. But the same is true of women.
Yeah.
And if we have to be vulnerable, right, we want you to go first.
Definitely.
And we're going to discern how far you've gone, and that will determine what we share, because we're afraid that even though, you know, we're both talking about how low we've been, my low might be a little bit lower than yours. And if I share that, what will you think of me?
And I think it's so, well, I know, I'm not going to think, I know that it's so important that you know the circle that you are in. You have to be very cautious who you share everything with. Because what I see so many times, because we are vulnerable, the first person that says, oh, well, what's going on? You tell your life story, what's going on in your marriage with your children, and long before long you have this gossip chain and it returns back to you, and now you're hurt. You're operating in the spirit of offense and you shut down. I'm not telling anybody anything else. How do I know? Because I've been there. And so when you shut down, it opens the door for the enemy to come in and give you all of these negative thoughts, all of this negative energy, and you're over by yourself drowning, you know, on a desert, and you need people. You need a great support system. So with most women, we feel like if I'm vulnerable, I'm weak. It's not that you're weak. You just have to have the right connection, the right sisters. And how do you know, how do I choose them? How do you feel when you leave their presence? Are you uplifted? Are you inspired? Are you empowered? Are you dreaming? Or do you leave weighted down, worried,
beat up,
stressed? That's how you choose the people that are supposed to be in your circle. And of course you pray, because I believe God connects us to certain people who can take us to different levels in our lives. Many times we want to connect with people because of the way they look. She looks as if she has it together, but yet and still she walks in insecurities.
Wow.
She's offended by everything that you say. Or when you're excited, oh my God, Tammie, guess what happened? We're doing this on the show. Instead of saying, I am so excited for you, Meeke. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to be just connected to you. You'll get, oh, or no words at all. And so now you're questioning yourself, trying to figure out what's wrong. What do I, it's not you, sweetie. It's the person that you're with. And I always make the analogy of eagles never, they don't even walk down. They soar with chickens. So as women, we have to be able to know who we're supposed to soar with and who we're supposed to just encourage.
And be able to discern who are the people that God's placed in your life.
Yes.
In the seasons that you go through.
Yes.
Let's talk about your work with SMA. I know that you have an event coming up in December. What is that about? When is it happening?
December 21st. I'm so excited because it actually marks the 3rd year of the Tammie Tubbs Show. We came here December 10th. Oh, my goodness. And we've been excited ever since. And it's the journey we're going to give back to a family. There are families here in Mississippi who have children who have spinal muscular atrophy. It's not known. There's more prominent, a great support in the Jackson area. And so we're wanting to do something in the Northeast Mississippi area and let people know that there are families. So we're giving back to them. We're going to have great music. It will be a live recording of the Tammie Tubbs Show. Previous guests are going to come. We're going to bring some artists in from the Nashville area. Shelly Massey, she's going to grace us. And then we have a wonderful group, that national artists that just released their first debut album, William Miles and Y Pop out of the Meridian area. And then there's a gentleman who is very dear to my heart, David Skato, out of Jackson, Mississippi. He's a native of Starkville, and he's actually doing his movie premiere, I Am Woman. And so in this movie premiere, you get to see all the facets of women, the things that we go through, how, you know, the abuse, and how do you come out of it, and the neglect, and how as the church mother, you're so busy in church that you fail to realize what's going on in your home. So it's a wonderful movie, and we're just going to celebrate, and all the proceeds are going to go to families of SMA, but we're going to really bless a certain family here in Tupelo and be a blessing to them, because I know what it feels like when you have that $25,000 medical bill and you're believing God and they're saying, you need this, or you're having to get a $5,000 medical wheelchair for your child to be able to sit up, because if he doesn't sit up, he could actually, you know, just choke on his own saliva.
The things that we take for granted. And that happens December 21st.
December 21st at the Summit Center here in Tupelo. And I'm just really excited what God is going to do. There's some contact people that you can contact. Of course, it'll be on the screen, Doella Thomas, Demetra Shea, or Brandon Malone, or they can just visit TammieTubbs.com for more information.
You're also on Facebook.
I am.
They can like your page and keep up with what's going on there.
Yes.
One last question before we wrap up. Tammie, this has been, thank you so much.
My pleasure. I humbly say thanks to you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I've enjoyed it, and I've been challenged. I know that you encourage moms, and we don't have a lot of time for this, but I don't want our viewers to miss it, but you encourage moms to love their children and cherish every moment that they have with them. Now, the only reason we would make a statement like that would be that we think there are some moms who just take it for granted.
They do.
Speak to those moms right now.
They do. They do. I just want to take this opportunity right now from my heart to yours to let you know that, as the word says, that children are a gift from God. Are you frustrated? Yes. Are you just at wit's end because they're not doing what you're thinking they're supposed to be doing? I want to tell you, fall on your knees and pray. Even if you're listening to me right now on your phone, just begin to say, God, you know what? I give my children to you. I need you to make sure that they do what you've called them to do. Encourage them, empower them, love them. It's okay to embrace them and give them a hug. Children want discipline and they desire love. So you have to be willing to give in order to receive, and respect them. Even if you make a mistake, apologize to them. You have to be willing to set the example, as the word says in Proverbs 22:6, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he's older, he will not depart. If you sow that seed into that child, I guarantee you that you will see that seed begin to flourish. So again, just encourage them, love them, and discipline them in love, and more importantly, pray for them.
That is so good, Tammie. I'm thinking about what you said. If you make a mistake, apologize. You know that's not from our parents' generation. Apologize for what?
But you have to. I didn't receive a lot of them, but when you know better, you do better.
You do better. It's so true.
When you get a revelation instead of information, you begin to walk in it.
Certainly does change your outcome. Thank you so much, Tammie. I appreciate you being here in studio with me. The Tammie Tubbs Show airs weekdays at noon on the CW. If you want to learn more about SMA or Tammie Tubbs and what it is that God has equipped her to do, you can go to TammieTubbs.com. That's Tammie, Tubbs.com. Thanks so much for watching. God bless you and keep you until I see you again.
Put your life in motion. You say you wanna go somewhere, but you feel you don't have what it takes to take you there. If you know, let God know, you let God in. might as well